is to remove devotional and just stick to Sunday school material. And the other one is for us to do both. Kun fahimta go? Wai bari fade shi da Hausa, mutum na fari ya fara da cewa mu hada kayan Sunday school, takardun Sunday school, da kuma abincin ruhaniya a lokaci ɗaya ma wannan ma'aikata na yada bishara na Episcopal su yi aiki a kai. Lokaci ne muna magana kan wani sai wani ya ce kai aiki ɗin ya yawa, mu ware mu fitar da abincin ruhaniya daban, wanda za su yi aiki akan wannan su yi aiki akan na Sunday school kadai, sai mun samu bambancin ra'ayi guda biyu. So yanzu za mu ɗauki kuriya mu ga mene muke so mu yi. Kuriya na farko shine za mu fara da ainihin motion na fari da aka bayar muna aiki a kai da cewa mu yi guda biyu duka. Idan wancan ya wuce dan wannan ya mutu, idan kuma bai wuce ba mun dawo kan wannan. Kun fahimta go? Thank you. Mene tambayan? What is your question? Is there a question?
My Lord Bishop.
Okay. Yes.
My Lord Bishop, is the Department for Evangelism and Discipleship complaining?
No, this is out of order. Your question is out of order. You can bring that when somebody have already given their opinion, right? Yes, Abenotus.
The workload of this will be too much for one ministry because we are understaffed. But I will have suggested, Your Lordship, that you might consider appointing a book auditor for the Episcopal area as well as a literature committee that will help in writing material. We in the Southern Conference of UMC, we have a literature committee that help to produce material for Sunday school as well as devotional. It is a committee that brings together scholars from diverse backgrounds and even lay people from their various fields, so that together we'll be able to work to get materials for both youth ministry, Sunday school, and devotional for discipleship and all of sorts. Thank you, sir.
Thank you for that suggestion. All right, we'll go back to where we are. If you will want us to reduce this work, you go zaka tafi the first motion na Ahmed, wanda suna so a hada duk abincin ruhaniya da kuma aikin Sunday school ma wannan ma'aikata na yada bishara su kadai su daga hannunsu. Thank you. Waɗanda kuma suna so abun yayi yawa a raba shi su daga hannunsu. It is passed. So now we will come back to the main voting on the main motion. That is the motion that we are on. That it should stick to, we should add the Episcopal area, the evangelism and discipleship. So that is the motion. So if you are ready to vote, we will take this vote again. So idan kun yadda da cewa ma'aikatan adding abun ya zama ba wai Episcopal area gabaki daya ku daga hannunku. Ba fahimta ba go? No, watakila ba fahimci abin da na faɗa ba go? Muna da motion dama aka kara motion a kai. Amendment da Abel ya yi da cewa sun bar abun a wasai sai ya kawo maganan ya evangelism department na Episcopal gaba shine abin da yake gaban mu. Ko ba gaba? Da yana cikin wannan sai Ahmed ya kara nasa. Shi hankalin mu ya koma wuri menene? Wuri na Ahmed. Yanzu mun riga mun squatching wancan. Za mu dawo a inda muke da. An fahimta? Yanzu inda muke da ba mu tabbatar da amendment nashi da ya kawo ba mu karba ba tukuna. Kafin ya shiga rahoton nan mu yi voting nasa entirely sai mun karbe shi. Ko kuna so mu hada gaba ki mu wuce? Shine, that's the amendment. Okay. So yanzu abin da za mu yi Sunday school material zai zama na Episcopal area gaba ki daya ko? Ko ba shine gyaran din ba? Mun yadda mu daga hannaye mun yadda. Is understood. It is passed. Thank you. Now we come back to vote for the entire recommendation. 7 to 10 recommendation. Do you want me to remind you? Muchigaba kawai ko? So if you want to vote in favor of this recommendation, raise up your hands. As amended, we will need a simple majority. The hands I'm seeing is like you are not taking this. Ba fahimta ba? Yes, sir.
Very important. From what she said, Bishop, I want us to reintroduce accelerated Christian education in our church schools curriculum. JT that is standing is a product of ACE. By my work many years with the young people, those young people in our church that passed through this curriculum, they are still in the church. Those that were not fortunate to pass through ACE are no longer in the church. So reintroducing accelerated Christian education in our curriculum is what differentiates church school with conventional and secular school.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bishop.
All right, we have another, not amendment, but a recommendation to be added. Okay, sir, you want to talk? Okay, we have another amendment and recommendation to add the ACE in our schools, the Accelerated Christian Education Program in our curriculums. Do we have a second for this? Akwai wani, let's say in Hausa, right? Mu faɗe shi da Hausa ba? Reverend Benedict, can you repeat that in Hausa?
Bishop, God will help me to say it in Hausa. A cikin darussa na ɗalibai a primary, akwai hanyar koyaswa wanda ana shigar da tarbiyya na Christianity wa ɗalibai. Shine ya bambanta makarantu na ikkilisiya da makarantun gwamnati. Idan wa'innan darusai na karantar da al'adan Christianity babu makarantunmu na ikkilisiya, to da mu da gwamnati kamar abu ɗaya muke yi. Ina ba da motion cewa mu dawo da karantar da wainan ɗabiyoyi na Christianity a makarantunmu. Har na faɗa ma ita sakatare na wannan kwamiti shine abin da ta koya. Yaranmu da dama da an koyar da su ACE nan dukansu yanzu haka suna ikkilisiya suna aiki da yawa. Amma kuma waɗanda ba koyar da su ba, kamar ma ba su taɓa yin makarantar ikkilisiya ba. So zai yi kyau mu komar da koyar da irin wannan tarbiyya na ɗabiyoyi da tarbiyya na Christianity a makarantunmu domin ya bambanta makarantar ikkilisiya da na gwamnati.
Thank you. Mun fahimta go? Akwai goyon baya? All right. It looks like we have to go back to Hausa, right? We have our guests among us. We are trying as much as possible to carry everybody along to minimize time for interpretation. So I will. Zamu dinga zuwan Hausa. Kun ji go? Thank you very much. Okay. Tunda mun bada goyon baya, mun yadda a adin wani abun ko? Mun adin nasa. Yanzu bari mu dauki abun duka. Idan mun yarda da recommendation na kwamitin nan, abubuwan da suka kawo mana sun kai 11. Sai na faɗe su ne ko mu wuce kawai. Thank you, na gode. Domin haka idan kun yarda mu ɗauki waɗannan shawarwari ya zama kayan aiki da za mu yi aiki da shi a wannan majalisu, mu daga hannayenmu. It is passed. Thank you. Thank you. You can take a bow and sit. Thank you. The fourth committee, please. Committee on Conference Property and ADP. Conference Property Board of Trustee and Agricultural Initiative.
my Lord Bishop, and other delegates, Yusuf Solomon from Southern Nigeria Annual Conference, permit me to call on my secretary for presentation, my Lord Bishop.
Thank you. Go ahead.
My Lord Bishop and the delegate, Yusuf Manager is my name. Report of the Legislative Committee on Church Property and Agriculture. The committee sat within an hour and recommend the following to the annual conference. 1, the committee recommend that the inventory of all to the United property, both movable and fixed property, be taken from church level to conference level, for proper documentation. That all church property must have title document bearing the name of the church and not individual. 2, the committee resolved that all the assets of UMCN remain the property of UMCN, and any claim against it should be challenged in the court of law. 3, the committee recommend that Agriculture Development Program, ADP, should be established and revised in all the 4 annual conferences. 4, the committee recommend that the ADP should be partner with agrochemical company to provide fertilizer, herbicide, and other farm equipment at a subsidized price for church members. 5, the committee recommend that all directors for ADP should be appointed by the bishop before the end of this annual conference. These are our recommendations, my lordship.
Thank you. Thank you for that report. The report is before us. A motion for adoption would be in order. Yes. Sabo.
Bishop, I Habila Sami from Northern Conference. I want to move the motion that these recommendations be accepted for discussion.
Thank you. There is a motion to accept. Do we second? Is that a second? Thank you. A second. All right. The report is properly before us. Can we just vote and accept it? There are 5 recommendations. Let me repeat so that you know where we are. Akwai abubuwa guda 5 da suka kawo. Abu na fari shine duka daga daga ikkilisiya na yanki zuwa majalisa, duka kayan ikkilisiyan mu aje a yi lissafin su. A ɗauki abinda turawa suna kira inventory. Mene inventory da Hausa ne? A lissafta su go? A kididdiga nasu? A yi kididdiga na kayaki na ikkilisiyan mu, sannan kayakin kuma a tabbatar da cewa sun ɗauki suna na United Methodist Church ba sunan mutane ba. Na biyunsa shine duk mu anan mun zatas da cewa kayakin United Methodist Church za su zauna da sunan United Methodist Church, inda kuma akwai gardama sai za mu shiga kotu. Na uku kuma muka ce da cewa za a kafa ma'aikatan ADP kamar yadda muka saba a dukkan majalisu. Sa'an nan kuma za a wannan majalisa a sa daraktoci na waɗannan ma'aikatu duka. Sa'an daraktoci nan ɗaya daga cikin aikinsu shine su nemi hanyar da za su yi aiki da wadda ake kira agro company domin a samu sauki a aikin kayan taki da kuma kayan noma. Waɗannan su ne abu guda 5. Kun yi shiri ku yi yes sir. Microphone.
Bishop and the delegates, I will need clarification from the committee, specifically a area da suna cewa duka kayakin United Methodist Church ya kasance da sunan United Methodist Church. Me ya faru da trust clause da muke da shi a Book of Discipline? Menene bambancin wannan wuri da abin da suke yanzu? Don ba yin policy akan policy na church ba.
Tambayin shine akwai wata dalili ne yasa kuka kawo wannan magana haka? Me ya faru domin muna da wancan abin a cikin ecclesia. Mun akwai wata dalili sai ku bayyana shi. Kun fahimta go? Yes.
Bishop, I'm a member of that committee. And why we gave that recommendation is because there is a general lack of knowledge about the trust clause. Like my Oga has just said about the trust clause. But many people don't know about the trust clause. Somebody who donates property to the church still believes that the property belongs to him. And in the event of a crisis, he feels that the property is his own. So he can carry it home.
All right.
So in order to kind of remove that kind of idea, we said that all the properties of the church.
That's by way of re-emphasizing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. So we are ready to vote now, right? If you will support this recommendation, please let me see your hands up. In Kunyada. Okay, Harianzu, we are not ready to vote. Somebody is observing something. Yes? If you are observing, you need to tell us what you are observing. Don't make commentaries.
Ishakwa, the bishop and delegates. Ishakwa Haruna is my name from the Northern Conference. I observe the talk of the legal action should be taken when there is problem in retrieving our properties. Certainly, I look at it that our case is already in the Federal High Court, Abuja. So I am suggesting that please we should show on the issue of taking legal action.
Thank you. You are out of order. You cannot make suggestion when there is already another suggestion on ground. Thank you. I thought maybe you are observing something we're doing wrong. Thank you. Yes, sir. DS.
This is Reverend Dr. Molindo, District Superintendent, Cameroon. I observe that we always mention the 4 conferences excluding Senegal and Cameroon. I don't know if we are part of this or we are not part of this. So don't forget us, that's what I'm saying. We have a very good agricultural program, I think.
My dears, thank you. Thank you, my dears. I have to also learn Kunganego because this is new. So forgive me if I forget. So it's not only 4 annual conference, it's 4 annual conference and mission district of Senegal and Cameroon. Please keep reminding me. Thank you. It's 5 annual conference, thank you. 5 annual conference including the mission districts of Senegal and Cameroon. Yes, sir.
Bishop and the delegate, at this point in time, it is good that part of the committee's recommendation should also include that documents of church properties be submitted to the office of the bishop. We still have trustee in this church. The barrister is here, Dr. Eunice is still here. Churches that have no document in the bishop office should try to submit same. Because from what the other member of the committee said, if we keep allowing local churches to hold on to this document when there are, issues coming around them, some individual will start to make claims. So it is important that this recommendation be part of the committee's recommendation, that all properties of this church, all documents of all our properties be submitted to your officer.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Is there a second? Anche, okay, yes. Takaduna mutara su episcopal office. Yes. Tunda muna da chancellor.
Bishop and the delegate Reverend Babangida Bisa Mukode, I second this motion.
Thank you. Then let's vote to add this in this recommendation because it's something that is not coming out of the report of the committee. So we need to take a vote on it. Anche bisa ga wannan ra'ayi da cewa kada mu bar takardunmu a wase. Ko wannan za ta aje kafi nata, gu za ta aje kafi nata, za ta tura asalin copy din a aje shi a central office. So idan wannan shine abin da muke so mu kara, mu daga hannayen mu. It is passed, added. Thank you. So yanzu za mu dauki abin duka. Akwai recommendation guda 6 da sun riga sun shiga. So idan mun yarda da su duka, kamar yadda committee sun faɗa, kamar yadda muka gyara, mu daga hannayen mu duka. It is carried. Thank you. You can go and sit down. The second to the last. Thank you. Second to the last committee on conference. Oh, this is the 5th committee, right? Yes, sir. Committee on Conference Matters and Superintendency. Conference Matters and Superintendency.
My Lord Bishop and the delegate, permit me to give the recommendation of Committee on Conference Matters and Superintendency. Thank you.
Go ahead.
My Lord Bishop and the delegates, report from Conference Matters and Superintendency. We have 12 recommendations. Number 1, I am Chebia Shetima. Number 1, the committee recommended that the delegates should be elected. The delegate should be dedicated member and should be able to present what happened at the general annual conferences. Number 2, the committee recommended that youth should be 40% and elders should be 60% in terms of delegates. Recommendation 3, the committee recommended that there should be enough distribution of materials to the delegates during annual conferences.
Say that again. Number 3.
Number 3, the committee recommended that there should be enough distribution of materials to the delegates during annual conferences. Number 4, the committee recommended that let there be training and workshop seminars for delegates. Number 5, the committee recommended that conference delegates should be quadrennial. Number 6, the committee recommended that feeding during joint conferences, food should be distributed conference by conference so that everyone will be carried along. Number 7.
Order.
Okay.
Number 6, number 7, go number 7.
Number 7, the committee recommends that pastors should be appreciative. Number 8.
Pastors should be appreciative. Number 8.
Number 8, let all pastor salary be centralized. Number 9, pastors should work intensively for the expansion and growth of the church, and the church should take good care of the pastors.
Order. Delegates, you need to pay attention. Go number 9 again.
Number 9, pastors should work intensively for the expansion and growth of the church, and the church should take care of the pastors. Number 10, those charges and districts that are well established should be splitted.
Should be what?
Number 11, the last one. Any pastor that returns to the United Methodist Church should remain under observation. Thank you.
Order, delegates, order. The reports of the conference and superintendency is before you. Motion would be in order. Motion for adoption would be in order. Yes, Gideon.
Bishop, I'm Gideon. I thereby move for the adoption.
Is there a second? It is seconded. Thank you. Delegate, the report is before us. Do we just, most of the reports are, okay, let me remind you the sensitive areas of the report so that if we can take a collective vote. Ga abin da suka fada, report na fari shine, idan za a zabi wakilai zuwa majalisa, a zabi waɗanda sun koma gida za su iya su je su yi bayani. Na biyunsa, a zaben wakilai zuwa majalisa, kashi 40 zai zama matasa, kashi 60 kuma zai zama dattawa. Kar ku damu, ina gaya muku za ku iya cirewa. Na ukunsa, a dinga raba kayakin na majalisa akan kari kuma wadatacce. Na hudunsa, a yi ma wakilai koyaswa ko kuma orientation kafin su fara majalisa. Na biyar nasa, zaben wakilai zai zama na shekara 4. Ba za a canja ba, idan an zabi wakilai za a bar su sai sun gama shekara 4 ko kuma sun mutu ko ba su nan, shi za a canja. Sannan idan an zo majalisa na 6, a dinga raba abinci. Abincin nan kuma a dinga raba shi majalisa. Na 7 nasa shine fastoci su zama masu godiya. O a dinga godewa pastor go? Ba wai fastoci su zama masu godiya ba. Okay, a dinga godewa pastor. Na 8 kuma, daga mu yadda da cewa albashi za fara biyan albashi a office. Albashi mu duka za mu sa su a office, za fara biya a office. Ma pastoci su dinga yin aiki da kyau kuma a yi musu godiya in sun yi aikin. Na 10, wuraren da suna da karfi a raba su. Na 11 shine duk wani pastor da ya dawo daga global a sa shi a ɗakin jira. Haka ne? Delegates, order. Order. Delegates, you need to pay attention. Who's the one that delegate? Let's be on our feet. Mutasha say, Bongo de Allah, Bongo de Yesu, Bongo de Owangeje, Hallelujah, Moyi Yabo, Yaboga Allah, Moyi Godia, Godia ga Yesu. Munche karbi yabo, yabo ga Alanmu. O karbi godiya, godiya ga Yesu. Thank you, Muzanna. Akwai abun dubawa a 1, 2, 3, 4 har 11. Yes, doctor. Daga doctor sai Mamman. Okay. Microphone kafara daga nan wurin doctor.
Bishop and the delegates, I would love that she repeats to me to read the recommendation number 4, where it talks about distribution of materials during a session like this. And then the very last one, I want to speak to it. The very last recommendation.
Dodo, can you say what you want to say?
One is the number 4. I want her to read it again, sir. The number 4.
Dodo, that distribution should be made adequately to all delegates.
Or should be made adequately?
Yes, for all delegates.
Oh, okay. That's fine. That's okay with that one. It's okay with me. But then the very last one, please. The very last
The last one, if
recommendation.
a
the
GMC pastor returns,
it should be quarantined.
he should be under quarantine.
My question is that what is the fears?
Do you want me to answer that question or you?
They should answer. What is the fears?
Doctor, the question you ask is out of order. You have to say what you think is the right thing, not to question what somebody has said.
All right. For me, I'm of the opinion that, I'm of the motion that all the pastors and members that will come from the GMC should be received with full and with open arms.
Is there a second? There is no second. Is there a second? Okay. Who is seconding this motion? Yes. Give him a microphone.
Are you the one? Please, pass it. Sir, yes.
My Lord Bishop, Farinkasa Galambete, my name.
Thank you. Go ahead.
I seconded this motion.
Thank you. Thank you.
Believers.
This is where we are now. This is where we are now. You have to be quiet. Somebody is observing. What are you observing? No, you are out of order. What is your observation? No. Just it's in out of order. You are not in order. Just deal with what is before us. There is no you. If you are raising your hand for what? Let me tell you where we are. Let me tell you where we are. There are two motions to change this. The last recommendation. Somebody have raised a motion to amend the last recommendation. Instead of observing or quarantining the GMC returnees, they should be received with an open arm. That is your amendment, right? We are going to take a vote for it. If you support this amendment, hello, delegates. Let me tell you what we can do now. Let me tell you what we can do and what we cannot do. If there is a motion on the floor, unless that motion is dealt with, you should not bring any, unless you will amend the motion. That is why our conferences have been taking prolonged unnecessary time, because we bring issues upon issues upon issues without dealing with the ones at hand. Therefore, please, to help us going forward, if already somebody have put forth their motion, we are bound by our conference rules to make sure that that motion is treated before we entertain anybody. That is the process of fair hearing. We have in our rules that debates will never precede a motion. Thank you. So this is where we are. You either amend this motion or we are going to vote. And somebody want to amend this motion. Maman. That's why we will take much time.
My Lord Bishop and other delegates, I wish to amend same proposal, which I would like to put the time duration to the quarantine period. So I would like to move it like this, my Lord, that any person, any pastor that return from GMC should be quarantined for at least 2 years. That's my submission.
Delegates, do we have a second? Is there a second? Are you seconding? That is a second. That is a second.
Bishop and the delegate. Still Reverend Babangida B. Samu Kode standing. I second this motion. Yes,
Thank
sir.
you. Delegates, we have an amended motion that we have to take care of. We are going to vote on this motion. Delegate, the motion. Hello? Hello? You can't do counter motion, you can only vote. Kunjigo, those of you that want to make the quarantine to be 2 years, please raise up your hands. Those of you that don't want the 2 years quarantine, raise up your hands. It is not carried. That motion is dead. We'll come back to that motion again. Delegates, we are going to vote. We will vote again. Let's finish with this, unless you amend it. Let's finish with this. If you want these delegates to be received open-handedly, to be welcomed without any restriction, if you want these delegates coming to GMC to be welcomed without restriction, raise up your hand. It's like we are going to do 50-50. All right. Okay, put down your hands. If you don't want them to be welcome without any inkuna so where are you the Osako? Okay. Mun dawo daga ra'ayi wanda aka yana kasa wannan na mamman ya mutu. Mun dawo wanda yana Reverend Doctor ya ce kada mu sa wani takunkumi. Idan suna dawowa kawai a karbe su ba tare da wani takunkumi ba. A'a ku yi kuriya mana sai ku fada da baki ne.
Ku yi shiru mana.
Idan kuna son ra'ayinsa ku daga hannu. Okay, ku saukar. Waɗanda ba su so dole ya sa musu takunkumi ku daga hannu. Wannan ya mutu. Thank you, ya mutu. Za mu dawo kan kuriyanmu. Order, delegates. We are going to take a vote on the entire, unless, okay, yes. Reverend Abinatus.
Bishop the delegate, mu saurari juna mana. Order. Mu saurari juna. Bishop, yan majalisa ina so mu saurari juna.
Idan mutum ya yi maga surutu yanzu ruhu mai sarki zai rufe bakin shi. Hello! Ubangiji Allah yana cikin haikalisa mai sarki. Bari dukan duniya ta yi menene? To na gode.
Bishop and the delegate, character audit of clergy in the United Methodist Church is directly a function of your oversight, your lordship. We don't need to subject this matter to voting. An kira mu domin mu zama masu suna mutane. Your lordship, this committee cannot have any issues that has to do with clergy character. This matter, even if we are going to vote on it, should be during ministerial session. This committee can only discuss pastors' welfare. But like I said earlier on, it is the oversight function of the bishop to make decision over the character of pastors through the board of ordained ministry. Ina son rokin majalisar nan bishop, akwai rashin sani da yawa, akwai rashin sani, akwai yan uwanmu wa'inda ba su san abin da yake faruwa ba. Dole ne mu zama da buɗaɗɗiyar zuciya. In wani abu ya faru, bishop yana nan, board of ordained suna nan, za su zauna su dubi yanayin duk wanda yake zuwa. Tare da shawarwarinmu daga gu har zuwa majalisa, har zuwa episcopal area.
Thank you.
Yes sir.
Na gode. Delegate bari gaya mana inda muke. bari in gaya mana inda muke. Wannan batun na maganan pastocin da za su dawo, ko ba haka ba, za mu gyara shi kamar yadda kuka fada. Duka pastor da ya dawo zai bi tsari, ko ba haka ba, ba shi ne abin da kuke so ba, ba za a karbe shi haka ba, sai ya bi tsari na dawowa, ko ba haka ba. So thank you, it is carried. Now let's vote for the entire recommendation. If you want us to adopt this recommendation, kuna so mu dauki abin da community ta kawo mu daga hannayen mu sama. Thank you, it is